Konnichiwa. In this week's edition we'll talk about the corporate news in the UAE and then DP World, which is listed on the Nasdaq Dubai exchange. The corporate news this week on the UAE has been mixed. On the property front, UAE property prices in Abu Dhabi have come down by 40% for rental properties from the highs of 2008. Property company Eldar, which is one of the major players here and one of our preferred property picks, has announced that it is completing over 5 billion worth of projects over the next 12 months as scheduled. Telecommunications sector, the market expects that Etisalat and Ju, which are the two big players here in the UAE, will report positive profit growths during the second quarter. In the banking sector, we expect that banking results for the second quarter will be weaker this year than the same period last year. In particular, banks with exposure to troubled Saudi groups such as Agabasi and Saad will post lower results. Therefore, we prefer that investors stick with our preferred UAE banks that have lower risk, are well capitalised and have good earnings growth, which include First Gulf Bank, National Bank of Abu Dhabi and Union National Bank. Our key stock this week is Dubai Ports World, or DP World. It operates 49 port terminals in 32 countries around the world and offers investors excellent exposure to growth in global trade and in particular container trade. Although trade volumes have decreased during 2009 in line with world GDP growth declining, the outlook for trade post-2009 is very bright. DP World has around 75% of its terminals in emerging markets, in particular the Middle East and Asia, where trade growth is forecast to be higher than the developed world, and therefore earnings growth for DP World will be higher from 2010 onwards. Other reasons to invest in DP World are because the Baltic Dry Index, which is a leading indicator for shipping and economic growth activity, has improved in the first half of 2009, indicating that we'll see better volume growth coming in the second half. DP World is also an excellent cash flow generating company, and it uses this cash flow to expand its existing terminals and also acquire smaller players in the industry and therefore growing its earnings base. In addition, we have a price target of 48 US cents on DP World, at last traded on the Nasdaq Dubai at 33 cents US, therefore implying strong upside in the share price over the next 12 months. So that's all for this week. Dom arigato and happy investing.